Welcome to Vedic Ganit discipline of knowledge. Today we are entering phase 2 of this chase. Phase 1 has been of introductory 4 steps. First step has been focusing upon Vedang, Shastranam, Ganit. Step 2 focused upon Ved Vrit. Step 3 subject had been Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande, and step 4 has focused upon Dwadas Aditya and Dwadas Jyotir Lingam. Today in phase 2 our focus is to remain upon Surya Brahm. In present step 5, in continuity of the 4 steps of phase 1, in step 1, which in fact is going to be the first step of the second phase, the title is Surya Brahm. Let us open a new page and let us enter that today in phase 2 as step 1, or in continuity as step 5, we are going to be face to face with the formulation Surya Brahm and then the Vedic Ganit chase of this formulation as well as this domain. This formulation Surya Brahm, as it is, he will be taking us to TC value 13 and TC value 28, making a summation value 41. However, as a discipline domain of Vedic mathematics, of Vedic Ganit, it is going to take us to a wider domain, as that how the Surya sun is the Brahm, eternity. The eternity format features of our Surya sun are going to be chased in this particular phase. This phase is being titled as Surya Brahm. Surya simple rendering means sun, and Brahm simple rendering means eternity. The eternity as the sun is going to be the focus. This formulation Surya leads us to TC value 13 and formulation Brahm leads us to value 28. As summation value, it gives us the value 41. This value 41 we will see is a beautiful value. It is a beautiful reach, as Surya Brahm 13 plus 28 and Devanagari as 20 and 21. Therefore Surya Brahm, the eternity domain of the sun of the Surya, is our Devanagari, our God's place. God's place, Devanagari, which ultimately is going to be our Devanagari Varnamala, and from Devanagari Varnamala we shall be reaching at the Divya Ank Vyavastha, and which ultimately will become the basis of the Vedic systems as Vedic mathematics, as Vedic Ganit. Now Surya Brahm formulation leads to TC value 41 and Devanagari also leads us value 41. Therefore this domain Surya Brahm, the eternity of the sun, is going to be the domain of the gods. It is going to be our ultimate alphabet, the basic alphabet format of Vedic systems and of Vedic mathematics. Now further, today we are having Ganesh Chaturthi. The Ganesh Chaturthi as a formulation is also leading us to TC value 20 and 21, making a summation value 41. Let us be blissfully be with this organization, format, features of Vedic systems. the Vedic systems are leading us to such a beautiful format as the format of our Devanagari Varnamala. Our basic alphabet is of values, features and format, as is parallel to the format, features and values of a Surya Brahm. And this chain of pair of streams of values and features are being chased as Ganesh Chaturthi. Today is that fortunate blissful day. We know that Lord Ganesh is the Lord of the mathematics. The discipline of Ganit, mathematics, Anka Ganit, Vedang Shastranam Ganitam Murdhani. The Vedang Shastranam Ganitam is of a Jyoti base. Vedang Shastranam Jyotish. Therefore, it is the Jyoti of TCV value 18. It is Ganit of TC value 18. It is Varan of TC value 18. Therefore, these features, these values are being presided by Gan, Lord, Ish, the Lord, the God of the Ganas, the sets, the collections, the arrays, the armies, the sets. All these counts, all these features as such are being chased. These are being chased in a tamed form. These are being chased along a format, along features and values which are of Surya Brahm. Surya Brahm is the eternity format features of Surya. Therefore, let us sit comfortably. Let us permit our transcending mind to be face to face with these organization format features of formulation Surya Brahm, formulation Devanagari and formulation Ganesh Chaturthi. Ganesh Chaturthi, Devanagari, Surya Brahm are the formulations in terms of which we can be face to face with the internal organization format features of Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics and Vedic Anka Ganit. Now let us proceed further. The Surya formulation and Surya as an object and a domain as sun. It is having a association of a number. The number associated with Surya, designated as Surya Ank, is 6, and parallel to it is a 6 space, and then it takes us to 6 space format. Then it takes us to hypercube 6, the representative regular body of a 6 space. This way the focus is going to be upon Surya Ank, means the number of the sun, the number of a Surya. So value 6 as such becomes the number value of the Surya. The Surya Ank as a formulation, Surya Ank as a formulation is leading us to value 21. Surya 13, Ank 8 makes a total value 21. So see, the Surya Ank as a formulation is leading us to value 21, and value 21 is having an organization as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, and this value is parallel to this Sthapatya ring rod as a synthetic setup of representative regular bodies of 1 to 6 space. And further we know that this Sthapatya ring rod as a synthetic setup of hypercubes 1 to 6 are the reach of a swapping a 6 space domain. Therefore, 6 as Surya Ank and formulation Surya Ank of value 21. Its organization as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 6. It is being of the format of a Sthapatya miring rod, and this Sthapatya miring rod having a swapping of the 6-space domain. As such, Surya Ank is the basic value. We know Surya Ank means the value 6 is the first perfect number. And further we know that 6-space is leading us to 13 geometries range. So there are 13 versions of hypercube 6 and there are 13 geometries range of a 6-space. These features as such deserve to be tabulated. Let us consolidate these features of value 6. First, it is a perfect number. 6 is a first perfect number. Parallel to it is a 6-space. 6-space is of 13 geometries range. Hypercube 6, the representative regular body of 6-space, is of 13 versions. Value 13 is the value of TC value of formulation Surya. The relationship of Surya Ank as a formulation is of value 21. Value 21 is of organization 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 6. This format is parallel to the format of a Sthapatya miring rod as a synthetic setup of hypercube 1, hypercube 2, hypercube 3, hypercube 4, hypercube 5, hypercube 6, the representative regular bodies of 1 to 6 space. This miring rod as such swaps 6-space domain. So these are the features which deserve to be faced. One is to be face to face with this chain of features. In the light of this chain of features, we will be having a comprehension, we will be having insight of the Surya as a formulation as well as Surya as a body, as the sun. Now, let us have a second tabulation. This tabulation shall be of the formulation Brahm. Formulation Brahm leads us to TC value 28. TC value 28 is the second perfect number. We know that value 6 as hypercube 6 is leading us to 13 versions. However, 6-space as dimension leads us to hypercube 8, and this hypercube 8 is having 9 space in the role of a origin. We know value 8 is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, while value 6 is equal to 2 plus 2 plus 2, and value 9 is equal to 3 into 3. As such, it is going to be a transition from the spatial to a solid, but in the reverse order, as 2 raised per 3 is 8, but 3 raised per 2 is a 9. It is this way that value 28 with its organization 3 into 9 plus 1 is equal to 28. These features deserve to be chased further as well. 6 as the first perfect number is having 3 proper divisors, and the summation value of these 3 is going to be 6. Further, the multiplication of these 3 values also leads us to value 6, and still further 2 plus 2 plus 2 leads us to value 6. However, 2 into 2 into 2 leads us to 8, while 6 space as dimension leads us to 8 space as a domain. However, the value 28 as such is having 5 proper factors, 2, 4, 7 and 14. The summation value of these 5 is going to be 28. However, the product of these 5 factors is going to be 784, and it as a dimension will lead to domain 786. This value 786 leads us to 6 into 131, and we know value 131 as such is accepting a format of a single dimension, pair of dimensions, synthesis value 3 and 1. And we know that if we are having a hypersolid, its number value format is going to be 131. These are the features which are immediately flowing from the setups of values 6 and 28. Further, we know that value 6 as having 3 proper factors, but this second perfect number is having 5 factors, and step ahead, the third perfect number 496 is having 9 proper factors. For the present, we are restricting ourselves of the chase of the Vedic systems as a Surya Brahm. So we are reaching here sun for its eternity. Means we are reaching from first perfect number 6 to second perfect number 28. Further as that, as such we will be reaching from value 3 of 3 proper factors to value 5 as the 5 proper factors. Now we know the pair of values 3 and 5 is of the format of 5 space being of a solid dimensional order. 5 space having 3 space as a dimension and 3 space as a dimension leading us to 5 space. We will for the present are restricting ourselves here, but subsequently in this phase when we will be at the subsequent steps, then we will reaching at the third perfect number, and we will be seeing that 4 multiplied by 1.5 is equal to 6, while 6 into 1.5 is equal to 9, and we know that the mid value between 1 and 2 is 1.5. Further we know that this square is having 9 factors, while the second square is synthesized with it yields only the 6 factors. So likewise, when we will be having 4 quarters, then the fourth will be leading us only to 4 factors. It is this 4, 6 and 9, a value which is leading us to the organization format of a square as a quadruple quarter squares. Likewise, a step ahead, when we will be reaching at the setup of a cube which has 27 structural components, and then when the second cube will be attached, it will having 18, and likewise ultimately will be reaching at 12, and we know here the factor will again multiply is going to be 1 and 2, 1.5. These are the features which we shall be chasing very gently, sequentially, step by step, to have a comprehension and to have an insight of the Vedic Anka Ganit and how the Vedic Anka Ganit is going to be a powerful tool. It is a powerful mathematical system. It is a very big and very rich spectrum and branch of the values of the Vedic mathematics, in terms of which we are having an organization of the Vedic knowledge. It is in terms of these values that we shall be reaching from Vedangas to the Vedas. To reach from the Vedanga scriptures to Vedic Sahitas is a very big step. However, this big step is to be chased along the format of a Sthapatya miring rod with the complementary and supplementary nature of Sankhya and Yoga Nishtha, and it is here where the Anka Ganit will be playing its prominent role. Now, Surya Ank, as we see, is value 21, but the Brahmank is giving us a value 36, and we know value 36 is equal to 6 square. Therefore, ultimately the Surya Brahm will be taking us 13 to 28. It also will be taking us to value 6 to 9. It also will be taking us from value 6 to 36. And coordination here will be as hypercube 8, while the coordination here is going to be from 6-1 to 6 square. And further we know that the formulation 13 is having a pairing with value 15 as dimensional domain of the summation value 28. These features, as these are, deserve to be comprehended. One is to be face to face with these features. So we see that very large number of features are coming into play simultaneously. With it, it becomes obligatory for us that we should be very gentle in our progression. We shall move sequentially, we shall move step by step, and it is by moving step by step that we will be in a position to have an appreciation, have a comprehension, and we will be imbibing these values only if we will be slow, if we will be permitting our transcending mind to transcend as is the format of the Vedic systems. Now, this transcendence is a big phenomenon, and it is this transcendence phenomenon which will help us appreciate that when the Ganita Sutras, beginning with Ganita Sutra 1 as its principles, as its source sutra, then we will see that this sutra is a setup of 16 letters. There are 16 letters, and we know there are 16 sutras. So these 16 letters and there are 16 sutras. Therefore, each letter in itself is becoming the structural key of the corresponding sutra. Now, value 16 we know is 2 raised to power 4, and it is equal to the value of the dimensional frame of quadruple spatial dimensions of a 4 space. So creators of space dimensional phrase is of value 16. There are 16 letters and there are 16 sutras, and each letter is preserving the structural key of the mathematical domain of the corresponding Ganita sutras. Now let us have a focus upon first letter. The first letter of Ganita Sutra 1, A, is the sixth vowel, and it has value 6. So we see that the initiation of the reach of the mathematical domain of Ganita Sutras is going to be in terms of the first letter of the first sutra, which is the sixth vowel, having association of value 6. So it takes us to 6 space, and from here we reach the Surya. So Surya Brahm, we have to reach at the eternity. We have to reach at the eternity of the Surya. We have to reach at the eternal format of the 6 space. A self-referral space, a 6 space, our solar domain, our sun, our existence phenomenon as such within human body as of a Shad Chakra format is going to be the initiation point of the mathematics. This initiation point as such at the next step is taking us to letter Ka. We know Ka Brahma. Ka is the creator. It is a Brahma. It is a value 4, and it transcends to Ka Shiv. It is this transcendence from 4 space to 5 space which is the essential feature, which is the basic feature, and in fact it is the basic processing step of the Vedic systems. So to transcend means to reach from first letter to the second letter, is going to be by way of a transcendence. This transcendence is to be learned. We have to learn how one is to transcend within one's intelligence field. It is this transcendence within the intelligence field is a phenomenon which inherently melts the mental states. So the mental states as barrier zones created within the intelligence zone deserve to be melted. To melt these interior zones, mental blocks, we have to go the Vedic way. we have to go the Vedic system's way. And this Vedic system's way is preserved as that Lord Brahma, Creator the Supreme, the overlord of creators of space, sits comfortably, transcends within one's cavity of one's own heart, where is the seat of the transcendental Lord Shiv. And with the grace of the transcendental Lord Shiv, Lord Brahma multiplies as 10 Brahmas. It is this multiplication of value 1 into value 10, where the double digit system takes us to 0, 1 to 1, 0 as a reflection pair. And it is this reflection pair, it is this reach which will be we reach at the second letter. It is this second letter which will take us to as a structural key to the mathematical domain of the Ganita Sutra to Nikhlim Navastacharmam Dashata. This is a 10 place value format. 10 place value format organizing in terms of 9 numerals. We know that 4 space hypercube 4 is having 9 versions. Therefore, these 9 versions of hypercube 4 become the format of 9 numerals of a 10 place value system. Now, it is this reach from step 1 to step 2 which that way is providing the processing step as well. Therefore, the letters, the 16 letters of Ganita Sutra 1 individually are the structural keys of Sutra 1 to Sutra 16. However, when the sutras are sequentially organized, then first sutra, first letter as such becomes the unfolding process of 6 space as well. However, at the next step, the pair of letters will provide the processing steps. And like that, when we will be reaching at the 16th letter, and which will be having a reach at the mathematical domain of the 16 sutras, then all these 16 letters together shall be making a complete processing system of the 16th sutra as well as of all these 16 sutras. And these are the features. So we can have a pause here and let us make a specific note that one letter, first letter, value 6, the second letter, value ka, is of value 4, third letter is a of value 2. We see it makes value 12. We see that we know that a raised to power 5 is equal to 10b raised to power 4, but a step ahead, a raised to power 6 is equal to 12b raised to power 4. Therefore, it is this reach from the creative boundary of the transcendental domain of 10 components to transcendental boundary of self-referral domain of 12 components. And further we know that value 6, 4 and 2 with summation value 12 is parallel to the value Rishi, which means seer, which means sees in between, who can transcend, who can glimpse, who has a transcendental eye, and the transcendental eye is giving a divine insight. So with it we can reach inside the domain, and it is this transcendence within the domain to have a glimpse and to have a reach at the origin, where is going to be the eternity seat. It is this eternity seat which is to be glimpsed, to be imbibed, and it is this transcendence, it is this glimpsing of the eternity within the domain. So within the 6 space domain, 7 space as the origin is going to be the eternity seat, and we know that 6 space is having 4 space in the role of a dimension and 7 space being the origin. So 7 into 4 is 228 will be taking us to the value Brahm. Therefore, reaching from value 6 as a 6-space domain to have a reach at its origin of a 7-space, and we know the dimensional frame being of quadruple dimensions will lead us to value 28. Therefore, we shall sit comfortably. Let us be face to face with the formulation Surya, and this formulation Surya as such is bringing us face to face with the phenomenon of eternity lively within Surya at its origin seat. One is to transcend within 6 space, one is to glimpse the origin 7 space, one is to reach at the eternity format of 7 space as origin in terms of dimensional frame of quadruple dimensions, which will lead us to value 28 parallel to the TC value of the formulation Brahm. So to glimpse the eternity of this Surya is the index value, reach value, comprehension value, enlightened value, insight value of the formulation Surya Brahm. There is going to be a very, very big range of steps. It is going to be very rich spectrum. It is going to be a very, very eternity spectrum as a Jyoti. So this eternity as of transcendental values is a very rich domain for which we have to proceed very slowly, step by step, and very gently. And for it, we have to be face to face with the organization of the Ganita Sutras as well as the organization of the Sthapatya Miring Rod. So Sthapatya Miring Rod format and the Ganita Sutras values, availing the letters and the values, transcendental code values of Devanagari alphabet. All these features are to come in play simultaneously, as this whole range of very rich spectrum is going to be chased. So we have to be very slow, we have to be very gentle, and we will try that we shall be in a position to glimpse Surya Brahm. Thank you very much.